We didn't find the money yet. We were two guys with good contacts, but nobody who wants to invest to buy, renovate in Burj Khalifa, two guys. But we find another guy that through an investor club that brought a lot of personalities, a lot of investors, big money, people related with very big banks in Spain. In less than a month, we were talking about millions and millions, like something very usual. We had to convince these guys. And when the architect showed the portfolio of what he can do in Burj Khalifa, was absolutely astonishing. So now I am happy to say, I'm very confident to say that we are creating the most exclusive livings in the world.
Today's guest combines futuristic vision on creativity with data and analytics. Through that, he managed to achieve his childhood dream of flipping an A-list property in Burj Khalifa. Welcome, Federico. Hi everyone, welcome back to Flipping Dubai. Today we are here with Federico. So we have Federica and Federico. Thank you, Federico, for being here with us. Tell us about yourself and what you do.
Well, first of all, thanks for inviting me. And that's very good that your name is the same as mine, because I normally forgot the names, and this time was very easy.
You don't have excuses.
So no excuses. So who I am, or what have been done? Well, I am Federico Ruiz, and I am engineer. My background is engineer. I've been here in Dubai for 8 years now. And all my life has been between big machines, factories, because I am industrial engineer.
Okay.
I came to Dubai from Spain with the company that I was working there before. And then after some time, I was investing a lot in Spain, then in Dubai. I studied the market very deeply, very metric-wise. I am an operations guy, so I always looking at the metrics.
Oh, so I'm sure you're very precise when it comes to data. And,
a little bit slow sometimes for the pace of Dubai, but then I did that, and I found the opportunity that Dubai is bringing to all the investors, no matter what you are doing. But this environment, this momentum needs to be leveraged, and that's why I started my own company of investing in Dubai.
So you left your corporate job, I assume, and you started your own investment company.
Exactly. I've been doing investings right before, even in Spain, so I learned a lot about doing that. When I came to Dubai, the environment was different. The market was going down. And I wait to do my first investment in Dubai until 2021, just right after the COVID.
Which it was the best
time. And it was the best time, exactly. And then everything pumped up so fast and so crazy. We couldn't believe every time that we saw how our properties were valued in the market. And I was doing that right before I exited my company, but then when I exited, it was very easy, the change.
Shift.
Yeah.
Nice. So I think you got the perfect timing to do that.
Yeah, probably. Probably there was timing. It's always could be better, could be worse. It's right that the timing is so important. The best timing would have been probably to start doing real estate as crazy in 2021. But I think based on the timing is based on the person as well, and based on my personality, I need some time to check myself to see what I am doing, because my company is about helping others to invest, no matter if you want a short-term, long-term, flipping or whatever. Early 2024 is when I set up my company, and was really well.
Nice. So your company is called Livit Investments, right? And what do you do exactly? Because I remember in the past, when we met, you were telling me that you have an algorithm, you developed an algorithm. So can you tell us more about this?
I asked the same question to my father when I was a kid, but Dad, when you are going to work, what are you doing exactly? You sit and what you do, right?
In simple words.
Exactly. So what we are doing is helping people to invest in Dubai. How we do it is, we found the opportunity for you, no matter if it's off-plan or ready properties. We know a lot of realtors, we know the market, we know the metrics. So we help you to invest in the areas that are developing better. We negotiate for you the price, We renovate for you because this is part of the business model that Livit found more interesting for an investor. We renovate it, add value in the asset, and then put it in short-term rental or long-term rental. It depends on your strategy. We will define with the customer as well. And then after some time, sell it. We have a formula in the algorithm, depending on the value of the property and the net revenue, the net profit that you are getting, when is the right time to sell and go into another operation. And because you mentioned the algorithm, and I am forgetting to explain about that, but we are developing with some people in Colombia the professional algorithm. Right now, my algorithm is something that I design and I execute by myself. I know a little bit of programming. I know a little bit of artificial intelligence. I love Excel. So when you combine all of this, you have the Livit algorithm that it's Excel, ChatGPT, and a little bit of programming in Google Scripts.
Okay. This is to find the deals.
Exactly.
Okay.
How the algorithm works is there are two ways of feeding the algorithm and have the output. The first one, it's on the area database. Marina, JBC, JLT, we start looking at all the information that we have in DLD. It's public information. Also, we have some other information that it's paid information from Property Monitor. But basically, you take all the transactions,
all the data,
all the price per square feet, different towers and everything, and you start building some metrics that tells you the ratio of supply and demand, the ratio of increase in the different typologies, studios, 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, and with the focus on the area, but later with the focus on a specific tower. The second part of the algorithm is with this area database, Marina, it's giving me a very good ratio. For example, I go to the different towers in Marina and to all the flats in the tower that I selected to see what is going on there.
Okay, so you drill through, basically. You go deeper and deeper until you find the perfect tower.
And we contact all the realtors that are selling something in that tower.
Okay.
You cannot imagine how many off-market properties we found, and there were probably the best deals that we found when you really get to know the realtor and don't use the people as transactional, like, what do you have? When you spend some time to have a coffee with them and really go into what he's doing, he starts speaking you in a different way. He has the off-market possibilities and he wants to help you. That's why it's so important. It's part of my personality as well, to always spend time with the people. And when I found that you need a lot of time to do that, is what I found that the business model can be very profitable.
This is very interesting, and I think this is the proof that you can do a lot of things with artificial intelligence and data, but at the end of the day, it comes down to networking 100%. And people and a relationship with 100%. People, right? So this is very interesting, actually.
100%. But ultimately, we are creating another company to build the most exclusive apartments in the world. And in that case, our investors are not part of the customer side of our business model, is part of the financing. This is the mindset.
It's a different type
of
client that you have, basically.
Exactly.
Okay, so you're saying, correct me if I'm wrong, that you have the original company basically that caters to people that want to invest for a profit. So either buying off plan or buying ready, renovate, and then rent and resell at the end.
Exactly.
But this other company is more like a flipping, basically, right?
Exactly.
You buy, renovate, and resell immediately.
Exactly. Yeah? And the asset will remain with the company. The different business model between the two is that in the first one, our customer is the one that will own the property.
Yeah, okay, yes.
In the second one, we own the property and we use the investors to finance our business model.
Okay, we were speaking and you're saying that you're doing something very interesting in Burj Khalifa.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, let's start with something romantic. But when I came here, I was in love of the Burj Khalifa. I am mentioning my father so much, but when we traveled around the world when I was a kid, we always tend to go to the most impressive, tall building of the city, New York, for example, Chicago, whatever. And when I arrived in Dubai, first time was with the company and I was alone. And I was taking pictures of the Burj Khalifa and to my family, especially to my father. And I had something with that building that I really liked. I know how it's designed, how they create all the structure to remove all the.
So you research.
I really know the building very well.
Building.
Yeah, I am really like passionate about it.
It's a beautiful building,
Yeah.
You're really passionate about it.
And now talking about this, the romantic thing done. Let's talk about the business itself. We basically doing this algorithm and so many metrics, we found that data matters a lot. And when you found some people that are not in a rush to invest, you start finding very interesting people. We found the architect that built the master plan of the World Island in Dubai 7 years ago. This guy is an artist like no other. And when I saw his portfolio for the first time and he told me like, are you in Dubai? He said, we maybe can do something. And I saw the portfolio. I said, no, I cannot. This level is so high. He worked as well for some royal families, especially the one in Dubai, some other royal families and very important people in the world, Canada, Marbella, of course, and Ibiza. And we found an opportunity when I saw like, okay, when you are doing flipping in Dubai, it's very easy to do it in a studio. Well, easy in terms of putting some risk in your money. A studio will sell, will be rented, so
it's a lower risk.
It's a lower risk, yeah. But again, you need to fight with the renovation companies and so on. But again, it's the entry level.
Yeah.
Then you see that the more you're there to do 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom penthouses, the more return you can get.
Of course,
the more exclusive, the more things that call the attention, in Dubai are the more profitable ones. Yeah. I was in the level of 2 bedroom apartment 3, and then I saw by the metrics, the Burj Khalifa, and I said, well, I am not in that level, but the architect sent me a video with my company, with the logo, so they put the renders of what he can do in Burj Khalifa. I've been in Burj Khalifa many times, and when I saw that, I said, this is the piece. We didn't find the money yet. We were 2 guys with good contacts, but nobody who wants to invest to buy, renovating Burj Khalifa, 2 guys. But we find another guy that through an investor club that brought a lot of personalities, a lot of investors, big money, people related with very big banks in Spain. In less than a month, we were talking about millions and millions, like something very usual. We had to convince these guys. And when the architect showed the portfolio of what he can do in Burj Khalifa was absolutely astonishing. So now I am happy to say, I'm very confident to say that we are creating the most exclusive livings in the world, I will say. And that's what we are doing in Dubai right now. And that's why we see that the flipping will make a lot of sense in that case.
From what I understand, you are partnering up with an architect.
Absolutely. His name is Jorge Girot. The good thing, and it goes very in line with the marketing that we want to launch as well for the company, is that you cannot find him very easily. Even though he has done the amazing projects, he's a guy that has a lot in common with me in terms of we don't want a lot of attention or not attention, but make a lot of noise from our side. We feel more comfortable when somebody, for example, like you, tell me, come and speak and tell me what you are doing. But I am not in social media telling what I am doing. This guy is the same. And because of his relationships and the customers he worked with, royal families, he's a very nice person, Jorge Girot, very crazy as well, as all the artists must be. I want to be a little bit crazy, just consider myself a little bit of an artist with the algorithm, but this is not working very fine.
You're the artist of the algorithm.
With the Excels, it's not working that well, honestly. But we are creating an amazing group. So we have as well a contact with a lot of investors club, especially in Spain, because we are from there. He's from Valencia, I am from Madrid. And growing and creating something really unique.
That's super interesting. Are you catering the Spanish investor mainly with your investment model and the flip, or any investor?
Well, it's a very good question. Any investor, in fact, But as the majority of the team, and some of them that are in Spain, are very well related in Spain, our 85% of investors are from Spain.
So naturally
it goes, and we know very, very important people in the real estate world that are selling hundreds and hundreds of houses every month, and they speak Spanish. So, but no, this is a challenge that we have, like speaking louder things for the opportunity of speaking in English. In fact, you will find my English a little bit rusty because 80% of my day is talking in Spanish now. And but the idea is to open the community and reach people who really want to live in a very, very exclusive place, because our company is not about investing anymore. Is to create masterpieces in the world, starting with the Burj Khalifa, very good starting with this building, but at the same time financing through investors that can be anywhere in the world, absolutely.
Okay, Spanish also, it's a widespread language. Like it's not Italian, it's just spoken in Italy.
Yeah.
You have all the South America. Are there a lot of South American investors here?
Some of them, yeah? Some of them. Some of them are from South America. And we are exploring now the Brazil market as well, because Portuguese is like Italian, you can understand a little bit, and we have people in the team that speaks Portuguese very well. Well, they are 90 from Brazil, so that's why they speak very well. And but now, as well, we are moving in the east side, because we would like to reach people from UK. That it's a natural movement. From Dubai to UK, the relationship has been there forever. So, and we know that there are many millionaires coming here every year, especially from UK.
Well, I see that you have a lot of plans and a lot of dreams come true, basically, because from the Burj Khalifa story, now it's becoming reality. Like it's really good. The last question that I want to ask you is 1 minute tip for investor coming to Dubai. What they should look for to make a very good investment.
You cannot be distracted by how many advertisements, how many companies are trying to sell you something. Think about it, study, take some time to study, don't be rushed, but be fast. I mean, you need to work on creating some culture where you can find what you really want, because then you need to be fast. We've lost some opportunities because we were thinking so much, and this is something that you need to get used to Dubai. So that's are my 3 tips. Be mind of the speed, be careful with all the advertisement, and then prepare yourself to be fast. Also, I will recommend to be really careful with a lot of companies that they are a scam. So be careful. Look at the paperwork with the legalities. You need to, for example, when you buy a house, put a deposit. If they don't request the deposit, or if they request that they will charge the deposit or a transfer or something, start doubting about it.
I wanted to say about this also, be fast, but also do your due diligence.
Exactly.
Because a lot of time they try to sell something, maybe it's a good investment, but sometimes you have to do the calculation yourself, because it could be good, but there are maybe something else that is better. Last point, you were telling me something very interesting about the gaps in Dubai. Can you repeat this?
Yeah. So that's part of the strategy of the company when we are looking for possibilities, potential business models. Because Livit Investment and Livit Collection by Giro, that are the 2 companies, will bring more Livit things to the family. What we were talking about is that when you see a company or a city that it's going so fast, it's great because it's their strategy to go fast, to grow, to bring opportunities. But when you grow fast in a market, you leave some spots, you leave some gaps in the market. For example, short-term rental. Short-term rental, they have very good procedures. Many companies, they have it, but there are tons of them that are lacking a professional way of doing things. These are the gaps. Also the gaps of when you hire or contract a contractor to do some renovations, there is a lot to improve there in terms of documentation, in terms of payment plans, everything. So there are gaps. And the second thing is that there is a very atomized, or there are many companies doing the same thing. Again, coming back into the short-term rental, there are thousands of companies doing that. brokers in Dubai. There are
Yeah.
thousands, and we are lacking like a big player in the different areas. We have, for example, Omniyat is a big player in the luxury market. You can compare with the automotive, Rolls-Royce or whatever you want to compete. There are a lot of branded residents, even though the branded, they grow so fast and the layouts in the branded are a little bit, let's say they can improve a lot. So when you find these gaps and when you see a lot of companies doing the same, you can start consolidating and you can start filling those gaps.
Yeah.
And this is the strategy that we want to create multiples. For example, we are putting a lot of smart home solution in the Livit collection by Giraud. We will create like a state-of-the-art for our, let's say, flagships, but then it will come in a reduced way of a smart home in the one-bedroom apartments.
Okay.
When I found what the companies doing smart home and so on, again, there is a lack of a very big player doing something really great. And we really want to cover these little gaps to growth and to have a very good strategy for the future.
Nice. I think it's a very good mindset, right? To analyze the market, basically, see what's the gap and become the best in this category,
Yeah, exactly. Or not the best, but the fastest or the cheapest. There are always different strategies, but another thing is to know exactly who you are and how you differentiate from the others. So, yeah.
Nice. It was very, very insightful. Thank you so much for coming to the show, and see you soon in Flipping Dubai.
Thank you so much.